So as ADA holders, we know that this comparison happens a lot. It's happened even from the depths of the bear market cycle. ADA versus Sol, Cardano versus Solana. We know that Sol has done extremely well. It did, about a 20x from the bottom of the bear to its cycle high. We know it's been a meme coin playground, a huge development activity going on there. But is it time to swap Sol for ADA? I'm Luckside. Welcome to the channel. If you guys haven't already, if you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell. Again, it's free to do, and we'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So this interesting article came out talking about why it might be time to swap Solana for Cardano, this strategic altcoin play, it says. So there is a very drastic difference between what's going on within the ecosystems. Obviously, Solana is very focused on retail stuff in the space, NFTs, meme coins, things like that. And we know that Cardano has much bigger focus, but there are some key developments that are taking place within Cardano that are actually going to be very beneficial to the retail stuff. So for example, it talks about Ouroboros Laos, which is currently or in development, going to be coming, and this is going to actually help scale Cardano's transaction speeds and its scalability as well. We know that we've stayed on the side of decentralization versus centralization, which is very important because we know that obviously Solana has dealt with, network downtime and things like that. That's been a very consistent theme. What this also discusses is the ADA BTC pairing, this bullish divergence that's been taking place. We've actually talked about this specifically in a video. And again, last time it occurred in 2020, it led to 1,000% pump. So we're kind of gearing up for that massive move against BTC that we've been patiently waiting for. Now, one last thing they talk about in here is the ADA Solana trading pair. In fact, at its peak, one Solana token was worth about 150 Cardano tokens. This was the perfect moment to sell Solana and load up on ADA. This was last cycle. At its low, one Solana token was worth about 6 ADA tokens. So this was the ideal time to sell ADA and switch back to Solana. So there is this interesting thing that takes place between both these assets, and that is that Solana tends to perform very well in the early part of the market cycle, and ADA tends to be a better performer late in the market cycle. We've talked about this exact same thing, right? And the reasons why. We know that Solana has VCs. We know what they did in terms of price. Obviously, Solana was very, very heavily oversold as FTX was on the crater, right? Now, this is where things get a little interesting, and this is something that the article doesn't really reference at all. So what it's suggesting is that this may be a good time to move from Sol to ADA, but really the big thing I'm watching is not just the developments that have taken place, because there's still more and more coming when it comes to Cardano. We don't even know what this final form is going to look like. And network performance is going to be exceptional. Obviously, it's signing huge partnerships right now as we speak, but it's getting tapped for actual worldwide infrastructure, which is important for long-term sustainability of the blockchain. It's not a rinse and repeat of other blockchains out there. What I'm really looking for and really paying attention to is what's going to happen with all this VC unlock for Solana that is coming in 2025. Many people don't know about this or don't pay attention to this. So there was actually 7.5 billion worth of Sol that was sold off from the FTX estate, and it was sold at a heavy discount. And for those that don't remember, it was actually sold at $64 a token. And this was in, I believe in the early part of this year, where price was significantly higher. They got almost like a 60% discount on the tokens that they were buying. And all these entities, this starts unlocking in March of 2025. So you actually may see, and this isn't a guarantee or anything, you may see an early top when it comes to Solana. It may not perform as well because frankly, this $7.5 billion, which now is probably worth about $9 billion. I mean, that is what, 18% of the total market cap of Solana? That's a significant amount. That's a significant amount of liquidity pulled from the ecosystem. Now, this isn't to say that Solana isn't going to perform well, because it probably will. As long as meme coin activity stays high, as long as retail is buzzing, it'll likely still do extremely well. But right now, because of where ADA's at from a price standpoint, it has a lot more room to grow. And frankly, all these developments and partnerships and things like that have not been reflected in price. If you guys want to take a look back, look at where ADA performed its best. It performed its best later on in the market cycle. The year following the halving was the most booming growth we experienced. In fact, what happened in the year of the halving last market cycle is very similar to what we've gone through now. Again, this is kind of laid out to exactly what we're dealing with right now. Sure, price was a little higher, rebound was a little bit different. We obviously had the COVID crash. That was our sell-off kind of early on, but structure is the same. What that means is that ADA should have a nice booming growth opportunity following here. All right. Now, this isn't a guarantee. This isn't financial advice or anything like that. You know, if we had a crystal ball, if we were from the future, we would know exactly what's going to take place. We don't know where the capital is going to flow to. But again, all signs are indicating, like we saw back in March, that ADA is the recipient of a lot of capital that's flowing into the space for the first time. I had a great question of how we were going to get to $10 trillion in terms of market cap, how ADA was going to get to 4% of the global market cap of crypto. And it's very simple. The retail flowing in, moving from 5 to 10% of the world, that's what, 400 billion people coming into crypto. That's basically $2,000 a person average. That's all you need for the global market cap to hit a $10 trillion market cap in terms of liquidity. And ADA, because of the advancements, because of the activity, the partnerships, things like that, and maybe increased activity from actual adoption of the chain, that's where things begin to get a bit interesting. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. If you guys haven't already, again, if you do want to check out my indicator, this works actually really well for ADA, especially on the 1 hour charts. And you guys can see that we did get into bullish momentum. This is looking really good right now. Hopefully we continue to be broken out like we are currently. Maybe I'll talk a little bit more about price in a different video, but let me know your thoughts. Do you think moving from something like Solana to ADA right now is in fact the right play? I appreciate you guys. Have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.